Hello everyone. Thank you for being with me today in this space that we all are creating together. And today let's talk about the energy of 3 and 5D, meaning the three-dimensional energy and the fifth-dimensional energy, and how now we are getting to choose from which reality we're going to live. And we get to choose this consciously. So what do I mean by that? So let's first explore the 3D living, the 3D. I'm not going to say so much conscious, but more about how we feel in our body when we are navigating in the 3D, in the three-dimensional conscious. So the 3D is most likely the more familiar for all of us because we have been living in that state, in that conscious for a long time. And it feels dense, it feels very heavy. It's an energy that feels heavy in the body, that the mind feels foggy. It is dense. It is heavy in the body, and through the emotions, when we are vibrating in that state of being, we are, well, first of all, we are away. We are not connected with our higher self, with our spirit. My alarm. And since we are not connected with our higher self, we are living from a space of not trusting, so we don't trust what it is for us to receive. We are constantly navigating in the fear consciousness, meaning we don't feel safe. We don't feel that we are going to be okay. We feel that everything that happens to us is not a gift, right? We feel that everything happens to us instead of for us. So we are, we feel that we are alone. We feel that there's constantly something that we need to do, especially for all of us that are like a type A personality. We are always feeling that we need to get to do more, to do more, and there is a constant feeling of there's something within that I need to shift. There's something within me that I need to fix, and we are living completely away, completely not in a line with our higher self. And so that means that we are feeling hopeless. We feel depressed. So it's all these emotions that are dense and that are heavy and that we have not taken the time to really explore. So it's it's how most of us live, right? And we feel the spaces between, because we are not in a line with our higher self, we feel the space that our higher self left within us with external things, right? With food, with shopping, with alcohol, with watching a lot of TV shows. You know, we want to feel that space that is left within with the external, because we have lost the connection with our higher self, which is the one that fulfills the internal. So that is how the three-dimensional feels. That is how we feel. When we start to shift and to move and to kind of touch into the 5D dimension, we start to, well, first of all, feel connected with the self, right? And then we start to feel complete. We feel that we are taken care of. We feel that everything happens as a gift to us in order for us to look at those areas of ourselves that need healing, because because underneath that layer that needs to be healing, it's a part of ourselves that we need to bring back to us. Yeah. So once we start doing the job, because the bridge between the 3D and the 5D is the emotions, of course, and the energy of receiving, right? Because when we start to touch the 5D, we start to touch the 5D in moments, right? And then we come back to the 3D and we stay there for a little bit. And then eventually we get to grab the 5D for a moment, and then we come back. But when we start to navigate when we start to live in the 5D for longer periods of time, then we will be aware when we shift, because it will be like we have lost the hope, we have lost the trust, we don't know where to look, we feel the space within again empty, and that's the key. That's our signal, no? That is saying, hey, you have moved from 5D to 3D, which is nothing wrong with it, right? It's just learning to navigate how to stay in the 5D, in the high vibrational state. And I'm saying 5D just as a reference, because I have the feeling that once we truly are navigating in this high consciousness, we are reaching beyond 5D. We truly are reaching beyond 5D. So when I say 5D, it's only for you as a reference to kind of understand what I'm talking about. So the energy of receiving, it is what it will allow you to make the shift when you're conscious about that you have left the 5D and come back into the 3D, is the energy of receiving. Okay, I have stepped back, I have kind of made the jump from one timeline into the other, and you kind of stop and say, okay, I will receive my higher self again, I will receive spirit again with every single cell of my being. Because embodiment, which I have learned from the beautiful and amazing Damian Winner, and I posted a video he did on my Facebook page. If you have not watched it, I encourage you to do it, because what I have been able to learn from him is that embodiment is truly when we bring all of who we are in the astrals, in the spirit world, back to down to ourselves, to our human vessel, to our cells, to our DNA, to our blood, to our bones, and that is a game changer. And so that is the difference on how we okay, give me the space for a moment to give you the information and for you to receive the information that I just shared. Okay, so for us to live consciously and to choose consciously is the energy of receiving. That is the energy that will allow you to come back to from the 3D to the 5D and beyond. Is the energy of receiving who you are, receiving your higher self, receiving who you are in the spirit, the vibration, the energy, the frequency that you are. And then in that space you will feel like sparks of spirit and a spark of energy all around you, and you have successfully moved from 3D to 5D. It's going to be very interesting times ahead of us. I know I am super excited, because it takes living consciously to a different level. It's not going to be only about the emotions and the thoughts and the belief system. For me, it will take living consciously to a different, like a new game, right? Like a pro game, right? So that is what it is for me that I needed to say take what it is about everything that I said for you. And this does not mean that if you are started to navigate into the 5D and you're starting to navigate the emotions, that doesn't mean that what you're doing is not important. It is, but I'm just saying what it is for me, because eventually it will be for you too. Yeah? All right. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. I honor you. I celebrate you. Namaste.